So we'll start with a basic typical database management system architecture. You first have a transport system that allows your database server to talk to the client. Then you also have a module that allows you to talk between different nodes in the cluster, if it's a cluster database. Next, you have a query processor. Once the query is transported from the client application to the database server, the parser will try to parse the query. Once the query is parsed, that output flows into query optimizer, where the optimizer will try to generate the best plan. We next will look at execution engine. Execution could happen either locally or remotely. It could either be scatter gather, so you ask multiple different nodes for the data they have relating to that query, or you only ask some specific ones, or alternatively, you could just execute it locally and return back typically in a single node database server. Finally, you have the storage engine, which has multiple components: transaction manager, if it is a transactional database, log manager to manage concurrent access by different clients in the same database. Then typically, some databases also have an interface called access methods. In Postgres, it is called table API. In MySQL, it is called handler interface. Beyond which, you have your different kinds of storage engines that you can plug in. Within the storage engine, you would typically have a buffer manager, which takes care of caching data that is being written to the disk in the database for persistence. And you have a recovery manager. In case there is a node failure, then how does the database recover from it? That, of course, comes from the disk in some form. Otherwise, you will end up losing some data.